Here, Princess. A nice fresh batch of martinis.
Oh, good thinking, Timmy. We'll have a lot to celebrate if that tree out there is right.
Hey, Miguel, what's wrong with Charity?
She's convinced she has to give me up.
Really? Why? The tree on Warlock Island told me that I could stop the storm in exchange for what I care for most. Charity, I know you said a tree was talking to you on Warlock Island, but... Okay. Why do you think it's Miguel you have to give up? Because I asked the tree, Kay, and it whispered Miguel.
Charity, it was just your imagination. I didn't hear anything.
But I heard it, Miguel. Listen. I don't hear anything.
All I hear are the leaves.
Please tell me. Do I have to give up Miguel?
No way, Doc. This woman is not a crane.
And she is definitely not the Sheridan Crane. I scooped her out of the sea in my fishing net.
That's right. And that's why I think we're looking at the Sheridan Crane. I told you I heard about a big search going on for a woman lost at sea, and then I remembered they were looking for Sheridan Crane, one of the richest women in the world.
No. No way.
Sorry, Doc, but you're wrong. This woman is not Sheridan Crane.
If I ever even think of going back to Bermuda again, I want you to have me committed.
Very good. Commit Julian.
Harper, that was a figure of speech. Don't get any ideas about sending me off to the booby hatch.
Your father, Alistair, taught me to be literal when it comes to protecting Crane interests.
That I'm sure he did, which is exactly what I need from you right now. Protection of Crane interests.
Well, how can I help?
I need an annulment, and fast.
An annulment? Bad news?
The worst. Why do you think I never want to set foot on Bermuda again?
Mama. Oh, my gosh. Please wake up, Mama.
Oh, poor thing. I can't believe you scared her to death by telling her that you married Julian Crane.
I didn't mean to tell her, but I was scared. It just kind of came out.
Well, what made her even start asking questions about it in the first place, Teresa?
She heard that Charity had a premonition about me.
What kind of premonition?
She said that Charity saw me drinking champagne with a man that wasn't Ethan, and she was afraid that something terrible had happened to me.
Well, something terrible did happen, Teresa. You married Julian Crane. I mean, no wonder she fainted.
It's a terrible shock.
Well, it's because she knows Julian is a pig. And if Ethan and Louise find out you're married to Julian, they're gonna kill the man. Oh, my gosh.
Teresa, what happened to Mama?
Louise?
Teresa, tell me what happened.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me higher. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
I don't hear anything, Charity.
Neither do I. Are you sure this tree said Miguel? The tree on Warlock Island made it very clear to me. It said in order to stop the storm, I had to give away what I cared for most. And what I care for most is Miguel.
Charity, you're not gonna lose me. I'm never gonna leave you. I love you.
He's right, Charity. You're not gonna lose him.
I don't
why Kay is trying to be so good. Do you remember the time when she sold her soul to Hecuba in order to get Miguel away from Charity, and now she's backing off from coming between them?
Timmy's glad Kay's being good. Timmy can only deal with so much evil.
Oh, evil's what makes the world go round, Timmy. Without evil Julian Crane, Sheridan would still be alive today.
See, right after the divorce was final, I got married again. That's the marriage I want annulled.
You got married again?
Well, I'm sure it seemed like a grand idea at the time.
But your divorce from Ivy could have only been a few hours old. What in the world would induce you to marry again so quickly?
Well, it's amazing how a few glasses of champagne and a beautiful woman will want to make you stand before the justice of the peace and say, I do.
Oh, I see. You were drunk.
Correct.
You were drunk, you got married, and now you want an annulment.
That's right. You have the complete picture.
What about the woman? Is she in agreement?
You don't have to worry about her. She wants this over, too. But it's very important that this remain very hush-hush. I want you to file the annulment under John and Jane Doe. Then I want you to fly down to Bermuda and destroy all evidence of the wedding.
Destroy the evidence?
Yes. Steal the records, bribe officials, do whatever you must do, but this wedding must be erased.
I understand. I'll take care of it.
Good. Remember, this must remain very quiet, especially from the girl's mother and her brother and her fiancé.
Why did she faint?
I don't know, Luis. Just tell me.
All of a sudden, she just keeled over.
Let me see her. Mama. Mama, hey. Mama. It's me, Luis. Hey, Mama.
Luis.
I'm here. Are you right? What happened?
Oh, Luis.
It was Julian Crane. Oh, God.
Esto no puede ser.
Mama, we did more than get involved, okay? We got married. I'm Mrs. Julian Crane. Oh, no.
Stay with her, all right? We'll go get some water.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, I'll go get a nurse to check her out.
Are you all right, Mama?
I'm fine, Teresa. Did you tell Luis and Ethan about this disaster?
Mama, I can't. No, please,
Wait,
Mama, don't.
You should
You might faint again, Mama. Let's wait for the nurse.
Just a few more minutes. I am all right. Now we have to get Luis home. Because when he hears that you married Julian Crane, he will want to hunt him down and kill him like a dog.
You're wrong, Doc. This can't be Sheridan Crane. Though it would have made a great story if it was.
Not to mention the hefty reward the Crane family would have handed you, Brian.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen. See, if this woman had been Sheridan Crane, she'd have been out on a big yacht with a big crew. Now, there was no evidence of any boat like that going down.
But that's not what I heard.
What'd you hear?
I took a packet boat over to the main island to get supplies after the hurricane, and everyone was talking about Sheridan Crane and her fiancé and how they were out in a boat by themselves, no crew. And just after they passed the barrier reef, their boat exploded. Her fiancé managed to make it back to shore and put together a search party. They went back out in the middle of the hurricane, and they never found her. But you did, Brian. You pulled her out of your net and saved Sheridan Crane's life.
You married Pilar's daughter? She's just a child.
Oh, she's old enough. But that's beside the point. It was a mistake. So you can see why I want this annulment done ASAP.
Indeed, I can. Her brother Luis has a vendetta against you and your father ever since his father disappeared years ago. He'll tear you apart over this.
That's why I'm paying you the big bucks to take care of this matter. You must get rid of the evidence, damn it.
I'll take care of it, Julian. I don't want this public any more than you do. This could cause a lot of trouble in the family. What did Alistair say about it?
By some miracle, he doesn't know. Neither does Rebecca. And of course, she wanted to get married in Bermuda, but I managed to put her off with the promise of a lavish ceremony back here in Harmony.
Knowing Rebecca, she'll hold you to that promise.
Yes, I know. That's why I want this annulment immediately.
I'll get on it right away. Oh, by the way, I got a message from Alistair earlier.
What did he want?
Apparently, Ivy has become somewhat of a local heroine by fixing the signal beacon during the hurricane. He wants you to go to the hospital and pay her a visit.
He what?
If she and her fiancé were alone on the boat, then that would explain why I didn't see any sign of a crew.
And she has those lovely manicured nails that an heiress might have. She's certainly beautiful enough to be a movie star. Just a second. I just remembered something.
What?
Years ago, when I lived in the States, I remember seeing a picture of Sheridan Crane and her brother. Their mother had just died. And I remember thinking how sad that little girl looked. And how I wouldn't trade places with her for all the money in the world.
Well, does this woman look like the child you saw?
Oh, Brian, I can't be sure. I mean, it was years ago, and she was just a child.
You know, now that you mention it, I remember seeing a news clip on TV years back, about Sheridan Crane, but, I don't...
Well, is this the woman you saw on TV or not?
Are you sure that you're all right, Mama?
How can I be all right when you give me this horrible news? See, that's like a knife in my heart to think of you with that pig. And I am terrified of what Luis will do when he finds out.
He's gonna want to kill him. If Ethan doesn't kill him first.
They will both be justified. I could kill him myself. How, Mia? How in the world did this happen?
It's a terrible mistake. I went to Bermuda to talk to Julian, Mama. To try to convince him to take Ethan back into the family.
That was your first mistake? Listen to me, Teresa. There is no way that Julian will take Ethan back as his son.
Mama, I know that now. But I thought that I could convince him. He kept pouring champagne into my glass.
He got you drunk. He got you drunk and then he talked you into marrying him.
That's about it in a nutshell, right?
That man is despicable. But you, Teresita, you, I am so furious with you. How can you be so naive? How many times have I warned you to stay away from Julian Crane?
I know, Mama, but I never dreamed that any of this would happen.
What's done is done. I will deal with Julian later. Right now, we have to figure out what to tell Luis when he comes back.
Mama, we can't tell Luis anything. Or Ethan. I mean, Mama, they will go after Julian and they will spend the rest of their lives in prison.
For the first time, I agree with Teresa. Okay, it would be disastrous if Ethan and Luis knew what was going on.
Your brother, he's gonna want to know why I fainted. And he'll take it out of me, Teresita.
Julian, he's working on getting us an annulment. It'll be like it never happened, Mama. We don't need to tell Ethan or Luis.
Oh my God, that doesn't solve our problem right now, does it? Now they are coming back, and they're going to know why I fainted.
Well, we can come up with some kind of excuse.
Really? An excuse? What kind of excuse, Teresita? Luis will see right through it.
Please think of something, Whitney. I'm trying. I can't think of anything. Here they come. What are we gonna say?
I know the two of you are trying to make me feel better, really. But it's not just about what the tree said. I had another premonition of losing you too, Miguel.
I know what you're thinking, Charity. You had a vision of me making love to Kay, but that is never gonna happen. I love you. You know, and Kay is never gonna take me away from you. I mean, Kay doesn't even want me, do you, Kay?
No, of course not.
You see, Charity? All right, your premonition is wrong. There's nothing to be afraid of.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. And not just about us, but all the other premonitions I had on that island.
Believe me, Charity. This time, your premonitions are wrong.
Miguel is such a naive young man. He has no idea that Charity's premonition has already come true. And when the news comes out that my prediction came true...
Tabby's prediction?
Yes, you remember. When I posed as the fortune teller, I told Teresa that one day she would be Mrs. Crane. I can see your life, your past, your present, and your future.
I want to believe you so much, but I'm trying to be mature.
Think about it, Teresa. Either I'm very good at making wild guesses or I'm telling you the truth. And you'll live in a mansion as Mrs. Crane. And now she is Mrs. Crane. The trouble is, she married the wrong Crane. Oh, that news is going to rock this tiny town to its core.
But Teresa loves Ethan so much. She's going to be so unhappy.
Of course she will. Pain and suffering will consume everyone. And the best of it is, Luis is going to kill Julian.
Mama, here, drink this.
Thank you.
The nurse will be here in a minute.
No, nurse, please. I don't want to take them away from their duties. I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you, Ethan.
Mama, you look as pale as a ghost. Are you sure you don't want a nurse to look after you?
I'm sure, son.
Hey, I'll know not to argue with Mama. I'll go tell the nurse there's a false alarm. Mama, what happened? It's not like you to faint.
I really don't know, son.
It was the heat. It's so warm in here. It must have been the heat.
No. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's possible it could have been heat.
I know what it was. It wasn't the heat. I know exactly what made you faint.
Well, do you recognize her as the woman you saw in the news clip?
You know, I can't be positive. Sheridan Crane, she was wearing dark glasses and her face was half covered by a wide-brimmed hat. You know, but it could be the same woman. What we should do is go through the shed and find all those old magazines. There's got to be a picture of Sheridan Crane in there somewhere.
I doubt it. The Cranes are very publicity shy. They rarely let their pictures be published. But based on everything we know, I'm more convinced than ever that this is the Sheridan Crane.
Wait, I have an idea. The Cranes live in a town called Harmony in New England. Why don't we call them? See if they can fax us a recent picture of Sheridan.
That way we'll know for sure if this is Sheridan.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if we could tell Sheridan Crane's fiancé that the woman he loves is still alive?
That's right, Harmony. It's the Crane family. Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Any luck?
All right, thanks a lot. Well, I have the number for Crane Industries. It's the only number that's listed.
If that woman is Sheridan Crane, her fiancé is not going to be the only one in Harmony surprised to find out she's still alive.
Yeah, her whole family is in for the surprise of their life.
You know, that's one thing I don't understand, though. You'd think the Cranes, with all their power and money, you'd think they would have used it to find her. I mean, why did they give up the search?
Well, there's no point in trying to second-guess one of the richest families in the world.
I agree. Here, Brian, you make the call. I'm sure when they hear what this is about, they're going to put you right through to Julian Crane.
Now the Crane's in for a shock. Go on, my boy, make the call.
Here. And after you've seen Ivy, there's a reporter waiting for you in the lounge.
A reporter?
To interview you about your concern for your former wife.
All right, I'll play along with this charade. I can't ever catch a break. Why couldn't the lightning just done its job and reduced her to ashes? She'd be out of my life forever.
Julian, go. And try to look concerned.
Sam, is that you?
Luis, you know what caused Pilar to faint?
I think I do. I should have realized it before. You're grieving over Sheridan's death. To hear that she died must have been a horrible shock to you.
Mom. She was like a daughter to me.
We know you loved Sheridan, Pilar.
Yes, I did. I practically raised her, and I can't believe she's gone.
Neither can I. Even after we had all the proof, when the dental records and fingerprints matched the body, even after she was cremated, kept hoping some sort of miracle would happen, and it was all a terrible mistake.
My poor Sheridan.
Hey, at least Teresa's home safe and sound.
Yes, thank God. I had such crazy fears when I heard about Charity's premonitions.
No premonitions. What'd Charity say this time?
Nothing, son, really. It was silly. I never believed it could happen anyway.
You never know with Teresa. She's so impetuous. At least you're home safe and sound.
You should have never gone down there in the first place.
No, she shouldn't have. It's crazy to think you'd get anything decent out of Julian. The man's a pig.
I know, Luis. It was a stupid idea.
You just stay away from him, you understand? We all know what kind of man he is. I swear if he ever touched a hair on your head, I'd kill him.
Listen, Neil. Don't carry this hatred of Julian in your heart. Hatred can destroy you, and I can't bear to think of my son destroyed because of Julian Crane.
Why should I stop hating him? I know that he and Alistair are behind Papa's disappearance. One day I'm going to prove it.
Luis.
And the way that he treated Sheridan, his own sister, he never loved her or cared for her or treated her like a brother should have. And he didn't try and stop Alistair from shipping her off to Europe after her mother died.
Well, he couldn't have stopped Alistair, even if he wanted.
Well, he could have tried. He certainly tried hard enough to keep me and Sheridan apart. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm not going to stop hating Julian Crane.
Luis, I mean, at least he arranged a decent funeral for Sheridan.
He was probably just happy to get rid of her.
Luis,
That's true. Julian's the one who should have died. The world would be a much better place.
listen to me, son. Follow your own advice and stay away from Julian Crane.
All right. Now that Sheridan's gone, there's no reason for me to ever see his face again.
I hope you're right, Luis.
And there's certainly no reason for you to ever come in contact with him again, Teresa.
Absolutely not. I know I won't try and see him ever again. Sheridan was the only one who could ever keep me calm when he got in my face. She's gone now. I'm gonna go to the chapel. Just thankful he was smart enough never to lay a hand on you. So I swear I would have killed him.
I always wondered what would happen if you turned one of these babies off.
Who's... Julian?
I wasn't doing anything, I was just curious.
What are you doing here?
I came to pay my respects to the heroine of Harmony. It has such a much nicer ring than your old nickname, the Whore of Harmony.
Julian, get out. Get out. Get out.
What happened?
Lord, I have no idea. I was simply complimenting her on her heroism.
You better go.
Gladly.
What's wrong, Brian? Why don't you make the call?
I think I know. You thought Neptune tossed up the woman of your dreams, didn't you? Now you're afraid to find out the truth, right?
I can't deny it. It's not realistic for a woman as beautiful as Sheridan to even give a guy like me a second look.
I tell you what, you can console yourself with that big old reward they're bound to offer you.
No, I'm not going to be taking a reward, Liz.
What?
Brian O'Leary, please don't tell me you turned down a reward from the Cranes.
That's right. I will not take a reward for saving a woman's life.
Well, then you're crazy. Those people are filthy rich. I mean, you could buy your own boat. You could pay me for the tab you've run up here.
She's right, Brian. Why continue working for other captains just barely scraping by?
You'd be crazy to turn down that
Are you two
money.
angling to get me killed here?
Oh dear. Here comes Kay. Quick, let's get out of sight. We don't want her to know that we've been eavesdropping. Hurry, Timmy.
How weird.
Reese and his crazy ideas. He almost had me believing that stupid doll is alive. Where did he go? Tabitha probably just picked him up while my back was turned.
Not a sound, Timmy. I don't want Kay to know we're in the house.
Tabby, look. The red light and smoke are gone.
You're right. Oh, that's a good sign, Timmy. It always means trouble when our friends in the basement get excited and want us to pay them a visit.
Tim be happy never be called to the basement again.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you, Timmy. I think things are finally going our way. Charity is obviously going to give up Miguel, which means she will never realize her full powers. And I think our friends in the basement have forgotten all about us.
Good. That's the kind of news Timmy likes.
We have to find a place, a really good place where we can listen in to Miguel and Charity.
What is it, Kay? What's wrong?
Sheridan's dead.
What?
It says she was on a boat in Bermuda and it exploded. Oh my God.
Can't believe it. My brother and Sheridan were gonna be married.
I know, Miguel. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Poor Luis.
This is exactly what I saw in my premonition ago. This is... Sheridan Crane died in a boat explosion. What if all my premonitions come true?
No, Charity. It is just a coincidence. Teresa came home with Luis and Ethan, and she's fine. Nothing bad happened to her in Bermuda.
But what if that's not true? What if we don't know that, just like we didn't know about this? What if all my premonitions come true, Miguel?
I must say, Charity's powers are very impressive.
She's batting 1,000 so far.
Yes, fortunately for us, they're the only powers she'll ever have.
As long as Miguel and Charity don't make love.
Precisely.
Uh-oh. Timmy think Tabby spoke too soon.
What is it? What's wrong?
Tabitha! Come to the basement and bring Timmy.
Do you see what you've done? How angry Luis and Ethan are. If they go to prison because of killing Julian, it will be on your head, Teresa. Oh, how? How in the world did you marry Julian Crane?
Mama, it was a mistake. I was drunk. And I thought that it was Ethan.
Drunk? What were you thinking, Teresa?
I don't know. Mama, all I could think of was Ethan. Ethan is the man that I want to marry.
You, my child, have done so many stupid things, but this is the worst. Allowing yourself to be married to that animal. Thank God it's only a wedding ceremony. And it can be annulled, I guess. It was just a wedding ceremony, wasn't it, Teresita? Nothing more than a piece of paper, right?
It was a little more than that.
What are you saying to me, Teresa?
You better tell her everything, Teresa.
There's more? There's more to tell me?
I found out that I married Julian when I woke up in the morning. I saw a ring on my finger. And Julian was in bed with me.
Stop. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for a reporter. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll look elsewhere.
No, wait, Mama, please!
You bastard!
I don't know how to do this. Lord, in my head I know that Sheridan is gone. I know her soul's with you. And in my heart, I just keep praying for her to come back to me. Mom says that it's wrong to bargain with you. But if you bring Sheridan back to me, I'll do anything that you ask. I love her so much. I can't live without her. Please, God. Bring Sheridan back to me. Please.
Liz, do I have to remind you that if I took money for saving someone's life, that the next time I go out to sea, I could lose my own?
No, he's right, Liz. It's bad luck to take money for saving someone's life at sea.
Well, look, I am just as superstitious as you are. I just don't think it applies to people as wealthy as the Cranes. I mean, after all, they can afford it.
It's not gonna happen, and that's that. End of discussion.
Fine. But reverse the charges when you make that phone call.
You know, Liz, you're not as tough as you'd like everyone to think that you are. Why, just a minute ago, you were talking about how touched you were when you saw that picture of poor little rich Sheridan Crane.
Well, it was the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. At least now she has a fiancé who loves her.
You're right. Someone in Harmony is going to be very happy to find out that Sheridan is still alive.